everyone. All the media is now. But let me do the intro right now. Here for everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to a brand new episode. That's right, a brand new episode. Finally, after a shitty schedule last week and not falling asleep, but we fell asleep a little bit today, and we'll fall asleep a little bit after to go to work today. Yeah, okay, let's tell this real quick. First, I couldn't fall asleep last week. I called off work because I couldn't fall asleep because I didn't sleep because of my wife's shit on Friday last week. So then today, Saturday, he said, "Are you sure you want to do it today?" And I said, "Yeah." And then 7 o'clock rolls around. He's already passed the fuck out. So both of our days last week fucked up. So here's the deal, guys. We are going to do double at the end of the month. Next week I will not be able to. I will not be getting a lot of sleep anyway, because next Friday I do have the volunteer work for the Super Bowl from 10 to 2. So then after that, I'm coming home and passing the fuck out. No ifs, ands, buts, or what's about that. So, no podcast next week, but the 16th and the 23rd, 2 days after Valentine's Day, this is a perfect movie, the movie that we're choosing for Valentine's Day. And then the following week, we're going to wrap up February with a banger. I don't know what yet. We'll find out soon enough on that front when we discuss it off air. But today, we're here. We're back. And Iron Shadow, what's going on, brother? I see you in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. And then in the chat, if you're there, thank you so much. And also in the YouTube. But so Nakattack, how has everything been for you? I mean, I know off air we were discussing it. Your computer actually crashed on you and no longer works, unfortunately. What happened there? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you're in the market for one. But actually, yeah, I don't know if I've mentioned it much on the show here, but I've been saving up to get a gaming PC, and I'm literally like 2 to 3 months from hitting that budget that I really want to get. So I don't really want to like rush out and get a desktop right now to replace it, because we have laptops and I still have internet and everything. But you know, I just wish it could have just lasted like 6 more weeks, and I would have been in that sweet spot to just grab everything I needed to build a new PC. But we'll get through. First world problems.
Yeah, okay, so I had the audio fucked up. So what Nakattack was saying was, we fucked up our sleep schedule. I said what happened. And then his computer shot. So he's going to be saving up. I got it fixed. The audio was not, they weren't hearing you, unfortunately. I don't know, something got messed up.
I had a beautiful explanation of what was going on with my computer.
It's the fan or the power source. We all know now. I apologize. Power supply. I apologize, Nakattack. I don't know. OBS does some shit sometimes and it gets fucked up. But you're working on it. You're about there getting your new computer, so thank God for that. Also, Dirty Casual, thank you for the bits. Reed, thank you for saying "fuck you, Progressive" for the ad that's there on the stream. If you wanted to see ad-free viewing, you know where else to go. It's called Kick or YouTube, but I'm not saying that. You don't have to go over there. But Dirty Casual, thank you for the 10 bits. I hope you're doing well over there. You're playing Pal World, I know that. But we're here to talk about a movie that came out in 1970. We're also here to talk about what's going on in our lives. What have we been doing for the last 3 weeks? Well, guys, also, if you guys are new to the channel, does Spicy Toast for Life or forever. Thank you for being here as well. I see you in the chat. The Spicy Toast for Life. Yes, what's going on? So what I've been up to is I've been crushing it on TikTok. I've been playing a new game called Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. Amazing game, just like Injustice 1 and 2. Really?
Is that a fighter then? I've heard of that game. I haven't looked into what it was.
It's a first-person shooter. It's a first-person shooter. So you're.
Oh, what's not a fighter? It's a FPS, man.
Yeah, it's a first-person shooter.
I thought you said it was like Injustice. Injustice is a fighting game, isn't it?
Well, it is both of it. You shoot things too. It's like. But it's a fighting. You fight the Justice League. You have to kill them. You have to kill Brainiac. So you're shooting, but you're also fighting and doing your things, and it's like Spider-Man almost, like the Spider-Man games.
Dude, you got me so confused now because Brainiac's a villain. He's not part of the Justice League.
Well, yeah, you got to kill Brainiac because they attack Brainiac invest into Justice League's brain and they become evil. And
okay, he's taking over the League. He's using them as puppets. Gotcha.
Yes, he's using the League as puppets, and it's fun. It's a fun game. So shut the fuck up, Coach. I love you. And you're not better than me. But
I can't be in chat to keep you boys in line right now.
Yeah, Coach is being a punk as always. Like, he comes in here and says he's better than me, and he's not. We're about equals. But so that's what I've been up to, crushing it on TikTok, playing the new game that came out, and working. Like, I have to go to work in three and a half hours, so that's why we do about an hour. Points to WrestleMania sign? Yeah, shut the fuck up. We'll have fun with that later. So. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've been watching a lot of wrestling as well. GCW, WWE's Royal Rumble, which was last week, and so much other stuff going on in the world of wrestling and stuff. But we're not here to talk about Vince McMahon and how he's an idiot. But we all know that. We all saw what happened and transpired, and now, shit's going on. But it's not even our business. We can just wait and see what happens in the court of law and all that. But we're here to talk about a court of law called Arizona Colt and alcohol and 2-bottle whiskey and Willie and the glare of women controlling people's demeanor and fighting abilities and just overall craziness that is Arizona Colt Returns. So Nakattack, go ahead.
Movie I didn't realize was a sequel until I finished it, and then Tubi came up and said, "Hey, you want to watch Arizona Colt?"
I did not see that. I did watch the movie. I wasn't paying attention to the what Tubi recommended afterwards. But yeah, this movie. I mean, it came out in 1970. Anyone who's born in 1970 probably did not see this movie until after, like we did, 54 years later. 54 years later, was it?
This was slightly over the spaghetti western popularity hump, so it was kind of on its decline in the 70s, but it was still pretty popular at this point.
Okay, all right. I want to say this movie had a lot of gusto. Like, it was funny. It was like a better spaghetti westerns than some of the stuff we've seen, like the black and white one, which was just like awful in my opinion because I didn't care for it.
What black and white spaghetti western did we watch?
Was it a spaghetti western? It was like an Italian movie or something, right? Did we not watch something that was black and white and was on YouTube for free a while back? I didn't watch it. You did. We watched it.
Oh, that wasn't black and white, and that was the Unholy Four, and that's an awesome spaghetti western.
Okay, yeah, I didn't like it.
Actually, the Unholy Four is better than Arizona Colt Returns.
Okay, all right. Well, we have our opinions. It's fun. It's good. Reed, what's going on? Yeah, I've seen this movie, but it wasn't renamed yet. It was still The Man from Nowhere. What? You did? You've seen this movie? Reed, who's over there on YouTube? That's awesome.
Wait, which The Man from Nowhere? Because there's a South Korean action flick with that name. That's very good.
I don't know, Reed. Talk about that. Tell us what you think. What that movie is. But I'm gonna tell you this, guys. It was a laugh factor for me because Two-Baller Willie and just how the women control the men in this movie. Go ahead, Nakattack. I know you want to talk more. I'm done talking for a second. Go ahead.
Oh no, I just agree. This is definitely one of the funner spaghetti westerns out there.
What else? What else do you want to say about this film?
I don't know if I can. I guess we just got to go through the plot. Then I'll. Yeah, it's hard to say because it's just like your standard spaghetti western, but there were a bunch of moments in it that I really enjoyed.
The 1970s Italian film, Reed said, and he said, was yours dubbed or subbed?
The one we watched, it was dubbed. Although
dubbed.
I did put the subtitles on because the dubbing track was kind of shit, and it was hard to understand some of the people's dialogue.
It was fun, though. I mean, honestly, I just listened to it, and I was just like, this is funny. This is like, Willie's drunk off his ass, and he is dying, but then he drinks more alcohol, and it's just... I don't know. He was just like a lovable sidekick. Because he just, like, loved alcohol. And, I don't know, I thought it was just hilarious that every time he was shown on screen, he had a bottle or was looking for a bottle, for that matter. Go ahead. What are your thoughts on Two-Baller Willie?
Yeah, that guy was funny for sure. Although I will say this film had a problem with its characters having an arc, and the only one that really did was the Buzzard. Was that that guy's name?
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird because he was like the just like the villain's lackey, and for some reason this guy had a full character arc, but no one else did.
Yeah, I mean, it's like yeah. That dude had the craziest thing ever for his story arc.
And John, I apologize. I really wanted to get a screenshot of this guy because his name fits his face.
Yeah, the Vulture.
And that would be great. I would love for everyone to see, but.
Hold on, we can do that right now.
But yeah, I loved how the movie introduced Arizona Colt.
Yeah.
Actually, his two introductions, which was kind of weird. The first one was with the gag with the hammock where he put the hat on his shoes, and the bad guys shot the hat, thought they got him in the face.
Yeah.
And then the second one when he's playing the poker game.
Yeah.
And he declares against Chico, who turns out to be the villain of the film. He says, "I know you didn't have 4 aces because I only dealt you 2."
I'm looking. What the hell? There is no, like...
Oh no, actually, you know what? There was kind of like 3 character introductions to Arizona Colt, because then he goes up to that farm, and he ends up shooting all those dudes through the sign.
Yeah.
That was a fun action beat too, by the way.
I'm looking
Because we only see one guy, and the guy's like, "I know what you shot the first one. Why'd you waste all them other bullets?" And then it cuts to like all these guys falling out of hidden spots there at the farm. That was funny.
Yeah, that was so off kilter. Like, did you expect him to like not kill everybody with those many bullets? There is no. I typed in you said the Vulture, right?
Yeah, I forget what that guy's name. It was the Buzzard, the Vulture, or something like that. He definitely looked like a bird.
Okay, is it the Buzzard? I don't remember. Jesus Christ, why are we dumb like this right now? I'll look it up. I'll look it up on IMDb. But yeah, he definitely fit the role. He was a true crossing son of a gun. I mean, honestly, he was helping both people at the same time, and he did double cross a lot of those guys, and it was crazy. I think it was... Yeah, because the first one was called Arizona... Wait.
Just Arizona Colt, and this one was Arizona Colt Returns. But you might not be as familiar, but a lot of these movies have like weird titles like that. So like I just thought this was just, Arizona Colt Returns. It was just like about a guy some gunslinger that came back or whatever, because these movies have a whole bunch of weird titles.
Well, You know what? Arizona Colt died in 2004. Unbelievable. Did not know that. Oh my god. Like, it doesn't even show up when you type it in IMDb. Arizona Colt Returns.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, I'm serious. Like,
Maybe it's under an alternate title or something.
I don't even know. I'm looking. There's so many other movies that he was in. He was like the killer with 1,000 eyes. What was this?
Who's he? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about the star of Arizona Colt?
Yeah, Arizona Colt himself. Yeah, who's. There's an Apocalypse Joe. This is 1970. There's only one that says Arizona Colt hired gun. And I don't know if his buzzard was in this guy that was in it that was in the first one.
Yeah, just move on, man. We're wasting too much time.
Yeah, we are. I'm sorry, guys. But this movie, I mean, honestly, if it was a sequel, I wonder. I mean, did you watch the first one?
No, I mean I saw the runtime. It was like over 2 hours long, and I was like, get out of here.
Yeah, that's
based on the still image. It looked less fun and more like a standard Western. So I was like, I don't know. Arizona Colt Returns looked like fun, but the first one just looked like just kind of boring American Western. But I definitely didn't feel like I needed to see that one. Like I wasn't confused at all with anything that was going on in this film.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't confused either because it was very straightforward and to the point where, like, okay, this is what's happening. These guys are going after this guy, and
here's the plot. Basically, Arizona Colt is framed for what was it, a murder of a stagecoach or something?
Yeah,
some robbery, but Chico actually did it. So he hired that buzzard guy we were talking about to basically be the witness, the star witness, and accuse Arizona Colt. Yeah. So based on that, Colt wants to get revenge against Chico, and standard Western plot, things happen, gunfights, blah blah blah.
Gunfights, bar brawls, also women that somehow have magical eyes. I don't know how that happens, but
and have the most thankless roles.
Yeah.
You see that blonde lady.
Yeah, the blonde lady definitely. I thought, I don't want to ruin it, but should we ruin it? I don't know.
I'd say no, because there's some stuff in the third act that was a little shocking. Yeah. Stuff I wasn't quite expecting. So
I believe it. I believe even that. I mean, there's a lot in the third act that I was like, what? Really? This is how we're gonna end? What? No way. And
how about the end of the first act? Do you have any idea how that hook prevented him from hanging on the noose?
No, that was like, I'm like, what? Hook that noose like that?
Okay.
What? I don't know.
So everyone's probably confused. Like, what the hell are they talking about? Okay, so Arizona Colt is found guilty because of the buzzard's testimony, and he's going to be hung in high noon. So they get there, they put the noose around his neck, and then Willie comes up and hugs him. He's like, I'm going to miss you, partner. And they're just screaming, get that guy away from him. So he gets away from him, and then they hang him. And he's hanging there. And of course, it's only 30 minutes in the movie. You're like, well, he's not really hung, but like, how did they do this? And so when Willie cuts him down, he pulls this big hook thing, like almost the size of my hand here, out from behind his neck. And I'm not sure how that prevented the noose from not choking him, but okay, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
it only made no sense, but I'm just like, okay, they couldn't think of a way to get him out of that situation. They're just like, they get a hook on it.
Yeah. I mean,
like, I could see it if the hook was like maybe like somehow like holding the rope here, and it was like just kind of hanging on his chin instead of his windpipe, but the hook wasn't that big, so I have no idea.
Me neither. I'm not a known man of knottery or whatever you want to call it, but yeah, that metal piece, I'm like, really, how did that work? I have no clue. Maybe it's something maybe it's something we don't want to ever know. Maybe it's a hidden trick that, like, if we tried it, we could kill ourselves, but we don't want to do that because, yeah, like, I
Had to put a disclaimer up. Don't try this at home.
Yeah, don't try this at home. Only stunt professionals will do this in movies. But yeah, that was.
And then, of course, that scene is followed up by the scene I was talking about where the women have the most thankless role in the film, where the blonde bartender lady, Arizona Colt, just comes in and like, "You're my woman now," and that's basically it.
Yeah, he definitely did that, and the like the way the.
And she's just like, okay.
Yeah, and just the way how the other daughter, was it the other daughter? Or the daughter of the mayor of the city falls in love with Chico and basically cons her dad out of the money and shit. Like what the fuck? Just awful people. Awful people.
Yeah, and I don't think that other daughter had that other woman, I should say, they weren't sisters, but that other lady, I don't think she had a line of dialogue, maybe like one or two sentences.
Which one?
Like, she mainly just like stood there and it was just like you said, just that glare.
Oh, she did. She said Colt. She's like, I moved or something to Chico, and then like, Chico, no. Like, she said some stuff that was demanding to Chico. And then yeah, just like whatever happened in the fighting scenes and stuff, but yeah, like. Yeah, I don't want to ruin it.
You just spoiled it, but I did like the revelation of her motivations when they were revealed.
Yeah.
Because at first the film did a good job making you think she was a victim, but no, she was helping out the whole time.
Yeah. Reed says they changed all the names for the dub, I think. Oh, you're talking about the sequel, right? Never seen that. That blonde is hot. Yes. No, I don't know. He doesn't know. He does not know. Reed does not know either.
Okay.
Over there in the YouTube chat, because we're broadcasting live on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. But Kick has nobody there anyway, because Kick is...
Yeah, I haven't seen the first one. I do consider myself a fan of spaghetti westerns, but this one's definitely a fun one.
Boo.
So if you like the first one, I don't see why you wouldn't like this one.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't. But boo, Mr. Murdercap. I don't want Rock and Roman at fucking Mania. I want Reigns and Cody at Mania. I don't want Seth and Cody. Cody's gonna beat Seth.
Is Reigns still a heel?
Huh?
Is Reigns still a heel?
Yep. Reigns is still.
I love him as a heel. I hated when he was a babyface.
Okay. Well, we need to share we need to get you Netflix so you can watch Raw with your sons and daughters.
They would have a blast.
Yes, they would. They would have a blast with you because I know you love watching wrestling now. You're getting back into it. And WWE 2K24.
Well, I would like to, but...
Yeah. WWE 2K24 is having coffin matches and ambulance matches. How about that? That's sick, isn't it?
They've had coffin matches before in these games. The ambulance match might be new.
Yeah. I think they had ambulance matches before in like SmackDown versus Raw, like not like Know Your Role or one of those, didn't they, guys? But yeah, sorry we're talking wrestling now, because of the whole chat. But Murdercap, thank you for coming in and talking about that, since SmackDown's happening or is about to be over. Yeah, Mankind Triple H was like one of the last ambulance matches. But big news before when our buddy Mick Foley turns 60, he wants to lose at least 100 pounds, and he wants to wrestle one more death match. So
oh my god, I can't believe Mick Foley's still alive.
Hey,
and Vince McMahon's gonna put him out there.
No, he doesn't.
I don't care.
He said it during the interview. He doesn't want to be in WWE because WWE would hold it back. So they're not going to do that. He's not going to do that. He'll probably go to GCW, which would be great, and have it against Nick Gage. But also, rest in peace, Chubbs. Apollo Creed.
Yeah, I saw that news earlier today.
Carl Weathers, man. Carl Weathers passed away. We want to talk about that. Big fan of him. He was great as Chubbs. He was great in Arrested Development.
So much good shit. Apollo Creed. He was in freaking Predator.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. And Adam Sandler loved him, man. Adam Sandler and him hung out a lot. It looked like from what Adam Sandler wrote on Twitter. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that guy's personal life. I'm hoping he was a good person, but he definitely loved his movies.
I think he was. I mean, honestly, that's what people were saying. The lead guitarist of MC5 also passed. MC5. Who is MC5? Should I know that band? MC5.
Is that abbreviated? That's not ringing any bells for me. First I thought Maroon 5, and I was like, no.
Revolutionary rock band, proto-punk Detroit rock band, MC5. Wayne Kramer. He died at 75. Never heard of the band.
We lived a life.
Yeah, never knew the band. Never knew that band. But thank you, Reed, for the update in the chat. What else we want to talk about real quick? Breaking news on Wrestle Talk. What? Breaking news on Wrestle Talk.
No, I was just saying, since
Cat.
we're talking about deaths, we can talk about some of the awesome kills in the third act of Arizona Colt Returns.
What? What was that? What was that, Nakattack? Go ahead.
I was saying, since we're on the subject of deaths, we can go into some of the cool kills at the third act of Arizona Colt Returns.
Let's talk about that. Yes, let's do that. Third act. Go ahead, talk about them. Let's roll them off. I can't remember them right now. Well, go ahead. I watched the movie.
Oh no, there's some great bits. There's one where he does a thing where he hides inside a barrel behind a dead body.
Yeah, that one. Yes.
That bit was great.
that was like something I would watch like in I think I seen that like happen before in a movie, that because it already happened in this one, but also I think I saw like it in another movie like The Rundown or some movie like that had them do something crazy to pretend that they were the ones coming in this item or whatever, and it's kind of like a Roman horse theory, right? Wasn't it like Trojan horse? Like they were all inside and they attacked them. Yeah, similar like that almost. But it was a barrel in the West, in Italy, because this is a spaghetti western. But yeah, that was a great one. What other ones? I mean, you had
the one that got a huge laugh from me was the one where they kind of played a trick with the camera, where the one guy was leading the one guy when they were looking at him.
Yeah.
And remember, he was doing the hand motions, and that guy goes off screen. And then you just see this hand say, stop. And then he says, move over this way.
Yeah.
And he says, stop. And then a Colt pops out and shoots him. That was funny.
In the little corridor. In that little corridor. That was fucking great. Great camera work. And just funny as fuck to see when it actually happened, because it's like, oh my god, like, oh really, like this is gonna happen, like he's gonna just bang and just like make these fools look like idiots from following the lead.
Yeah, they put some effort in the third act. There was a lot of like fun little set pieces as he was attacking the Chico's men.
And sadly,
and even that scene in particular, they set it up where there was a couple scenes of them like doing that as they were looking for him.
Well,
so it was set up perfectly.
How about the money in the river? The money in the river.
Oh, yeah.
These motherfuckers are fighting over money, and Colt is like stealing the other shit. Like, like what the fuck? These guys were all just about money. They weren't there to make friends. They were just there to make money, and that's what happens when money overweighs friendship and passion of following what the leader wants you to do.
All right, just to clarify, what John's talking about is there's a moment in the film where Arizona Colt needs to infiltrate the base, so he comes up with this plan to distract everybody. There's two guys doing laundry or whatever in the river, and then they start seeing these dollar bills floating down. And they start snatching them. Then there's like a whole bunch of them coming down. They start yelling, "There's money in the river!" So So the whole base runs down, and Chico's like, "No, you idiots! What are you doing?" And sure enough, Arizona Colt comes in. He steals the gold that Chico stole and gets out of there. And then that's basically that's kind of like the second act finale. That's what sets up the big showdown then.
Yeah, that was a great third act with everything they did.
And the final bit that I had a huge laugh with was the anvil.
Yeah. Yeah, the anvil.
Basically, Arizona Colt uses an anvil to ricochet a bullet to kill a guy.
Yeah.
And another perfect setup. That you see this anvil in the shot.
Yeah.
It's just there.
Yeah.
And there's a couple seconds the guy shooting back and forth. Then you see Arizona Colt looking. He's like, oh, and then he goes, pew, and the bullet goes, pew.
Yeah. It's just like, what the fuck did he do? Like how like, you know, like if that really happened in real life, like I don't know, like it would be like one of those shots like you're doing in pull, like it's a trick shot, like it's like, okay, I'm gonna shoot this man, I'm gonna shoot it off the 45-degree angle on this anvil, and it's gonna go straight through the guy's heart, and I win. Hallelujah! Game over. He dies. Yes, let's do that
with a pistol, no less.
Yes, like seriously, who
I know.
does it with a pistol?
Movies overemphasize the accuracy of handguns. Like handguns are terribly inaccurate just because of the recoil on those things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's just crazy, man. It's just these moments in this movie made it good. I mean, honestly, it was a typical spaghetti western and a western movie in a sense. What, you know,
I'm glad you had fun with this one, John. I know you're not a fan of spaghetti westerns. I'm glad you found some enjoyment with this one.
I wasn't a fan of the Unlawful 4, but like the last one we watched wasn't that bad. And then this one made it better. Like, it was like, okay. Like, the first one was just like, I didn't want to sit here on YouTube and watch it. And I just didn't like didn't like the feel of it. It just wasn't my type. But then, like, what was the last one we watched before this? I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But, the one where the big guy just walks into the house and gets, like, and slaps the girl at the end.
Oh yeah, I can't remember the title of that one, but that was a comedy one.
Yeah, and then we had this one.
Yeah, that was the one wherever he got into a fist fight. In most movies, you take the glasses off, but he would put his reading glasses on, and then he would start punching people.
Yeah, it was just like, I can't remember the name right now off the top of my head, but that was great. That was great. But this one he made even better because honestly, it was a lot more fun and a lot more like a tolerable storyline. You know, it was kind of like, okay, this is like a typical superhero movie, like in a sense of a storyline where you have to go get the reward to save the day for the people that are going to be bankrupt and all that. Kind of underlying that theme was, but also you had to trust that people could trust you and you weren't a bad guy like everybody said you were, who the actual bad guys were, and so on and so forth. Like, it was also double crossing. It's kind of it had a lot of elements of every movie that we see today in certain words of elements of movies that we watch. In everything we do. I mean, honestly, that's what it is, right? But, like, to the point, it's not that. It's a Western. It's, you know, bad guy versus good guy. People in the town believe that good guy did something. You know, there you go. That's it, you know? That's the beginning act. Sort of. But go ahead, Nakattack. Anything else you want to say? Go ahead.
I don't know, I just think the final act works so well, too, because Chico is kind of set up as a pretty menacing villain. Mm-hmm. Despite some of the goofiness that goes on with some of his men and stuff, but like when the stakes have to become real, like they are real, and there's especially an act that Chico does that cements him as the big bad evil guy, and when that happens, you definitely want to see Arizona Colt take this dude down. So
yeah. And that's it. That's all we're going to talk about with this movie because we want you to watch it. It's out on Tubi, just like our next movie is. So that's what we want to say about this movie. And Nakattack, I will let you go first since it was your movie to tell us your final rating of Arizona Colt Returns, which sadly was the last Arizona Colt movie ever made, I believe.
Yeah, I give it 3.5 out of 5. It's a must-watch if you're a fan of spaghetti westerns. I don't think it's for everybody, but I think most people would enjoy watching this one.
I'm about there, but I will give it a 3.5 out of 5. Like Nak said, it's not for everybody, but if you're a fan of comedy and westerns, you'll like it. It's not as funny as A Million Ways to Die in the West, which is straight up comedy of the sense of Western movie, but also just making fun of the West and all that. But that's beside the point. But yeah, it's a solid movie. It's a 1970s classic, I think, in the spaghetti western sense, since it is a classic movie, but I don't know where it ranks on a lot of people's totem pole of top 100.
I don't know if I call it a classic, but I would maybe say it's a hidden gem.
A hidden gem, yes. A hidden gem. Okay. Hidden gem, according to Nakattack. So Nakattack, yes, these hidden gems keep on rolling, and we are going to go to a guy and a girl who one was in a hit movie in the late 80s, early 90s, and is reprising a role in her movie of second nature to the one she started in the 80s when she was younger, and that is Beetlejuice 2. That is Winona Ryder. And we're going to also have this movie star a gentleman that we've watched 1,000 movies of because we love the man and we think his acting is pure gold whenever he's on the screen, and that is Keanu Reeves. And we're going to be watching a rom-com for our next pick. Our next pick will be a rom-com for Valentine's Day. Yes, we'll be live 2 days after Valentine's Day, but we can still celebrate it. I'm selling this movie because I'm going hard with it. I'm going with Destination Wedding. Destination Wedding, starring Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder, and that is on Tubi, I believe, right now. I think it's on Tubi. It should be on Tubi. It was on Tubi when I last checked, when I sent you that link, Nick.
That's the link you sent me, so as far as I know, that's where it is.
Let me see. Yes. Winona Ryder, and it's called Destination Wedding. And if it's off of fucking... Nope, it's still there. Yep, it is still there. It's a rom-com. It's a perfect length. Nakattack's favorite length of a movie is 1 hour and 30 minutes. This fits right there. 1 hour, 26 minutes. 1 hour and 26 minutes. That's the sweet spot. That gives you, Nakattack, that 4 minute extra. That 4 minute extra to save up for the next night of loving that you give your loved ones on Valentine's Day weekend when you watch this movie. Starring Winona Ryder, Keanu Reeves, DJ Dallenbach, Ted DeBoss, D. Ross Wright, and that is Destination Wedding, where on the way to Destination Wedding, two miserable and unpleasant wedding party guests develop a mutual affection despite themselves. So there you go, guys. Go watch Destination Wedding for our next episode of TightSpot's Lounge, and your life will be fulfilled with us. So, guys, that is where we're going to leave you. That is where we're going to leave you. Nakattack, anything else you want to say to the fans out there watching right now on the YouTube, the Twitch, the Kick, and even the VOD? 4 minutes, you trying to kill him?
Just stay cool. Be nice to everybody and each other.
Yeah, fuck Super Tuesday. And next Tuesday is actually our 8-year wedding anniversary here in the TightSpot household. So, guys, hello, Arbulin, by the way. I'm sorry I missed your chat in the Twitch, but love you, bro. Yeah, we're going to raid out, though. And we're going to raid over to a man who's playing some Madden. He's playing his Madden because he's playing Madden in Super Bowl week here in Vegas because Super Bowl's coming up. And, yeah, going to be a busy week for us here in the world of sports in Vegas, but we're going to raid out to Coco. I love you guys. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Nakattack, love your brother. Can't wait to see your new computer when it's built, and I can't wait for you to be back in full force, rocking it and kicking ass. Much love, brother. I'll talk to you soon. And everybody, peace out. Have a great night. I'm going to get some more sleep, but deuces. Love ya. Bye-bye.